If you don't buy a blood pump, well, it's funnier in my head. Alrighty, folks. Knucks are being bumped here. It is the gold singles knockout rounds. We've had 5 rounds of qualifiers. I think 5 rounds of qualifiers to determine a gold, a single, a silver, a copper, and a bronze qualifiers. The gold is the one that is playing for money. This is the first round. There's 8 teams. This is 3 out of 5. Win by 2. Jake Barnett on the right-hand side. Niko Surina on the left-hand side. Both out of Canada. Jake looking to attack first. And they're just letting that one go. Maybe just form a new one if they can.
Oh, that is very easily the laziest person in the room. Wow. What a dork. Something I like about Niko's 2-bar is he plays by the, I think it's P for P or somewhere over there in Europe where they don't bounce the ball off the wall a lot. You know, that's you see him playing with the ball with the one guy inside outside.
Yeah, then I like that too because it looks like a fermata.
Don't know what that is.
A long hold on the music sheet. No? Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Barnett doing a slightly slower pace version of that.
Yeah. Drilled that pass, though.
Wow. Yeah. To the 2 to the 5. You know, Clay, it's interesting. This is a 3 out of 5, and they just spent 5 rounds just playing games to 10.
Yeah.
This is completely different. That's like being in 5th gear on the freeway and throwing it into reverse.
Yeah.
And it is part of the challenge. How do you adjust to that?
I think the main thing, well, you treat one like a sprint and one like a relay race. I mean, it's one of them you throw everything out there, see what works. And I actually don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, in the race to 10, you throw everything, all your trick shots, all of your one-hitter quitters, everything that you know is a gimme, and and then also look out for that nonsense from the other players, you know.
Absolutely. And then that's the thing. When you do that, when you are coming with that kind of intention, it really doesn't matter. You're just going to keep digging. But right now, you know, if you're trying to play a best of 5, you have to play that. You have to think about what it is that's happening, not just now, but what it is you're setting up for the future. It matters. And it is. It's a shift in play styles.
Yeah.
Barnett, roll over position. He's in walking position the way that he's – there it goes. And there he shoots. 2-1. It impresses me that Barnett plays with such long hair. It bothers the absolute heck out of me.
Yeah, that's illegal. I was just going to say, watch his when he goes to adjust that goalie rod and he brings his left hand back up to the 5-bar, you got to wait a full second before they stop or before you shoot. You can't just come back up and shoot. You gotta wait a full second.
People seem to let that kind of go a lot more than
just don't know the rules, man.
Yeah.
And if you don't know that's a rule, then it's technically probably not going to be a distraction, but it's a rule for a reason. But just know the rule.
Barnett tied up 2-2 in this first game. Rocking, not walking. Deep rock. Timeout. I like that timeout, Clay.
Big fan of the timeout. 2-2, 3-2, 4-4. I mean, I don't know that there's a whole lot of places. I don't know that I've ever called something a bad timeout. I do say that they're questionable sometimes.
Right.
And I do say, well, I don't know about that. But I try really hard to go, that was dumb. Because I just don't think that's a thing.
But you've made this point, though, in the past, Clay, where you say a timeout because you think you should call a timeout versus a timeout because you feel you should call a timeout or something like that, I think, right? Like,
yeah, do it because you want to, not because you think somebody else said you're supposed to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so there are people, Tom Yor does his timeout. I actually am a big fan of the Tom Yor timeout, but people who take it because they think you're supposed to, you're not getting the benefit of the timeout.
Right, because they don't go and do whatever Tom Yor does, right?
Exactly.
They're just like, oh, okay, I've made the timeout, and that works for me. Heard him.
You're driving down the road in a timeout, just
walked into this 7-Eleven. You have any tuna? No. 2-2 still. Barnett.
Yikes.
3-2. Hammered that open hand pull kick home. Shout out to whoever put all that garlic on my garlic cheese bread. It haunts me still as that ball haunts the back of the hole. Surina ties it up 3-3.
I like Niko's ball handling here when he has it on his 2-bar, and he just doesn't do anything.
I don't trust you now, Clay. No, it is. It's very smooth. It's very lovely.
Yeah.
Jeff, to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know what table Niko plays overseas.
Well, he doesn't play overseas. He lives here.
No. Tell you what he plays here in Seattle. Bellevue,
Washington.
Surina. What is this called? It's a front pin,
It's a front
sure.
pin.
I mean, it's a front pin, but it's a front pin option off the dead bar. Like,
I don't.
that's his series, though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's any different than setting a pull shot up. I mean, it's just a front pin. He sets it up on the pull side. You could call it offset because he's a little off the ball, but I tell you who does a mean version of that, but on the push side. It's a dude named call him Z. His name is Abdullah Al-Zayani from Bahrain.
Yeah.
Dude, it is, and he does it closed-handed, and it is freakishly fast.
Yes, it is.
It is insane.
It is.
It's a little different series than what Niko does, but it does have that look.
Barnett puts the ball back into play. Up 4-3 in this first game. This is the gold singles knockout first round, single elimination, 3 out of 5. This is a culmination of 5 rounds of singles qualifiers. Division play. You have gold singles, which is, you would call the top tier, the people that won the most throughout the 5 rounds. And you have silver. They play for a little bit of money, but not as much as the gold rounds are. Pushing that into the back of the hole, goes up 1-0 in game count, does Barnett. Then you have copper and bronze, and they are playing for trophies. Some nice trophies indeed. Oh, got some stats here. Passing.
The biggest thing that jumps out to me just at a glance is the clearing. I mean, Jacob's passing from his 2 to the 5, and Niko's not.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is a big difference.
Wow.
Yep.
And the break, I don't recall what the break was on. I don't.
He had a like a pass from the 2-bar that wiggled its way up the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll leave those up for a little bit. For those who are interested, you can see them right there on your screen. You can also go to LY/MF stats to see them in real time, whether or not we're showing them.
Surina, quickly. Gonna do that flippy straight. Was not there. Ooh, feels like the pace might be picking up a little bit. I don't know.
Yep.
Pace Bacante.
Get a rope.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nobody else does that. Barnett. To the 3.
So it's like he is a totally different player. That's illegal. See what I mean? Where he goes, he fixes the goalie rod, comes back up and just shoots it immediately. And it's not intentional. But it doesn't matter if it's intentional or not. It's not not allowed.
It sounded like you were about to say something else, but I want to follow up with what you're saying right now. But what else was you going to say? Was that?
Is it?
That was it.
Yeah.
I think so. You're watching this right now, and you're seeing it from this view, but you would still see that as you were playing.
Oh, 100% if you're paying attention.
If you're paying attention, and that's what I want to ask you. Like, why do people not see that? Is it a lack of understanding the rules, or is it just not watching the table, or is it both?
I think people's sense of time is different in a match than it is when they're watching. So for me, it's really easy to just go, whatever. But in a match, I see it too. I can tell you, when I played Ryan Moore in the King of the Hill event back in 2016, he did it to me. It was 0.87 seconds. And I looked up at him. I'm like, that wasn't cool. But it was also too close that I didn't. It was also a rookie. I didn't want to just call one of the best players in the history of the game on a call where I might be wrong. And I also did it back to him right after that. So I mean, because if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it too.
Right.
And that's just
wow. Look at that defense. Was not set up to block anything that was headed towards the hole. Still isn't.
Yeah. That's a terrible place to have your goalie rods when you're passing on the 5-bar.
When you did that to Ryan, did it go in?
Yeah.
Good. It's fun stuff.
Yep.
Barnett playing a little different now, setting up pull shot, getting fired up.
Yeah, he just came out with a completely different game plan for game 2.
Yeah, I think he updated his firmware and said, let's just do something else. Huh?
Well, I think there's actually something to that, where some folks will have a defined plan depending on where they are on the match. That's a nice shot. Did you see the little hitch?
Yeah.
Jacob left the room for a minute. I keep saying Jacob. It's Jake on the screen there, so I should say Jake.
Barnett. Yang.
It's actually kind of wild seeing someone have such a low success rate on the 5-bar. Talking about Jake, and still it seems like he's kind of dominating right here. It's the first game was close. This game is close, but it doesn't feel close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It doesn't. And what is that? Is that just an illusion? I mean, is it?
Well, I'm sure something's able to be defined there. I mean, first of all, he's controlling the ball. Once he gets a block on this end of the table, that's a nice shot. That flippy I was talking about earlier, where he just kind of chips it up. But he's getting it from his 2-bar up to his 5-bar. Well, he's clearing it up to his 3-bar even sometimes. But things are just working for him. He also has a couple breaks in there. That could be a big difference maker in a close match. Niko's also given up a lot of possessions from his 2-bar, where he doesn't clear the ball, doesn't pass it to his 5, and Jake is catching it on his 3-bar. I mean, they have roughly the same number of shots. They have exactly the same number of shots, 10 apiece from the 3-bar.
Jake changing his 2-bar to the 5-bar a little bit to mirror what Niko does. easing that up to his 5.
Yeah, I remember watching him in that doubles game yesterday where he was just going 2 to 5 at will. Actually, it was from the 3 bar. He did that back and forth thing and just sending it up to his partner.
You know, when you're watching this, and these are the kind of things, 2 to the 5, 5 to 3, and that was just on point. Barnett's 5 to the 3, but when he had it up there, what he did was not with intention.
Yeah.
He just shot something. I don't know why he did it. Maybe it'll play out later.
Niko, he just keeps going. Now you're going to see a different look on this one. But he did the same pass probably 4 times in about 3 seconds. He tapped the table?
I don't know.
It looks like he did. He
Thought
will
was
do
just-
that on a lost possession, though.
3-2 now in favor of Surina. Trying to come back here, eke something out against Barnett. It's not been. I guess it's been a pitched battle.
It's actually been sloppy on both sides with the 5 bar in particular. There's a lot of rush to this match for no good reason. Like, it's not intentional, playing fast and I'm giving you a lot of different things. It's just fast foosball where doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of thought involved.
Yeah.
And at any point, either of them could change that, give a different look, take a little different amount of time, throw a different pass. But it's not a lot of flavor so far.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point. It is not a lot of flavor.
That's nice.
3 now, tied up. But I mean, is that's what we're seeing here? The difference of top play foosball and these two players who are good in their own right, but we're not seeing the nuance or the artistry or the intent. Surina reels it in on 3.
Man, I bet if you put a stopwatch in this, most of their passes and shots are in the same amount of time, like compared to themselves, not each other.
Yeah, this is going fast. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
I have a phone that can do that kind of thing.
Cool. I'd say there's a margin of about 1 second in either direction. So about
Barnett.
a 2-second window for each of them.
On the 2. Oh, wow, he's just dumping the ball, doing whatever he can. Wow, that was out there. It was deep like that posted. Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Barnett looking to put second game away, out of timeouts.
It's another flippy. It's a little bit of angle. It's kind of straight, but it's angled up just a little bit.
Barnett 4-4.
It's a few of those he's dropped now. It's a little amped.
Timeout called. I have those shorts. I seriously have that same pair of shorts that Niko's wearing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Check that out.
yeah. I don't look like that in them.
Those are very Egyptian. I don't know. I just see triangles, man. I don't know.
I don't see triangles. Yeah, well, that's pyramidal.
Pyramidal.
4-4 in the second game in this gold singles knockout round.
Watch him
Washington.
give a fake and Jacob just come out of his shoes here.
Think so? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I like that.
And he's looking. He threw a couple of those in there, and he noticed that Jake wasn't really responding to those.
Howard along the wall. Trying
Go to Ireland there for a second.
My Irish accent out. Loses that. He's got no timeouts left, so
doesn't need one.
he's going to reset it.
Yeah, it's a smart play.
Love it.
I do that when I have timeouts. Oh, nice pickup.
2-0 now in favor of Barnett, picking it up on his 2. Wow. How are the stats looking, Clay?
Still pretty. I mean, they're not really. They're actually in favor in passing and shooting of Niko. But Barnett's picking up, I don't know if you'd call him the ugly, the nitty-gritty. I mean, look at where the scoring breakdown is. He's actually scored less from the 3-bar than Niko has, but he has a 5-bar shot in there, a 2-bar shot in there, 2 breaks. He got his stuff in there. I mean, he's filling the whole category up there.
Yeah,
and that's the difference here.
Call that the hustle stat, whatever.
Yeah, well, you're making all your bars count, all your runs count. Because I don't know that I've seen Niko even shoot from the other ones.
No.
That's
Back to the play. Game number 3. Pivotal. I know they're all pivotal, but Niko, pivotal for him as he goes down the middle.
It's a nice pick, too. It had a little bit of cutback. I don't know if that's intentional. I suspect it's probably not. But either way, it was a nice pick, and he hit it where it needed to go.
Jake freewheeling a little bit with that open hand pull kick, but he has a little bit of cushion.
Yeah, like this series right here. I mean, the thing is, he gets it through there, but as a general rule here, Jake doesn't have to worry about anything coming from the 2-bar except on its way to the 5-bar. He doesn't have to look for any shots. He doesn't have to look for any just dump and chase. He's only focusing on defending the pass, which is good for Jake because it's easier to play that way.
Yeah.
But Niko has to realize that there's not even a threat right now for him to go up the table. And you have to give, even if you don't score, you have to give your opponent something else to think about. They can't be comfortable like that. Like right here, that is literally one of 2 options that he has. Or I don't know about has, but it's the only 2 that he's showing. And I think that was just a straight race. And I think you have to, at a minimum, you just got to give your opponent something else to be worried about, even if it's not going to turn into a goal. Worst case scenario, you open up more options for the pass. Barnett is trying to put this thing away this game.
He is. He's making his own breaks.
And the thing is, Niko's not even passing that well from the 2-bar right now. He's only 6 for 20. That's atrocious. Atrocious. That is atrocious. And that he's just getting straight up raced, and Jake is winning that race, by the way. So this is where singles can be very different than doubles, because Niko doesn't have anybody to tell him, hey, that thing you're doing that you think is a good idea, you're getting your ass kicked right now.
I like that. I like how you would say that. Your thing. It's not working. Barnett down by 1 in this 3rd game. He's up 2-0 in game count, though, in this knockout round. 5-bar shot.
That's on
hard.
Goal. That's not a bad play right there. He didn't score, so it's not going to count anything, but that's stressful to play against.
Is a 5-bar shot? You put it in the shooting category?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it doesn't show up in these stats. It only shows up if they score.
Okay.
So in the full version, yes, it shows. I can give you a percentage from the 5-bar, but it's not part of this. This shooting stat is only the 3-bar.
Pulls within 1. Niko tried to do a
Mayan roar.
Damn it.
I thought the pause was for me to finish it.
Oh, then good job. Yeah.
Thanks. I can give you the etymology on that.
Yeah, I want to
if
hear
you
it.
want. So, the way there's one way to do it.
Okay. That's a break.
It is a break.
I said that use a break.
Nice little hitch there to get Jake off the wall, and then he just brushes it down.
I do want to hear the etymology, though.
So the etymology is John Wayne is what the other shot was traditionally called, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I call the front pin version of that the Juan Jane.
Okay.
No, I call it the Shahwine. Never mind. I forget my own jokes here. So it's just a spoonerism.
Oh, it's a spoonerism.
Yeah,
I
Mayan
love
roar.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Mayan roar.
Niko Surina puts that one away. Gets on the board game count wise. It's 2-1 in favor of Barnett. Though the question is, can Niko continue that? Can Jake continue to get the breaks to keep him in it a little bit after winning 2-0? Looking at the stats.
Yeah, it's 3. We're talking about something down there. I don't know what it is. If I had to guess, I'd say that just from experience, Niko's probably telling him, hey, you're being kind of rough on the table. Take it down a notch.
Mm-hmm. Niko, front pin.
He's hit a couple of these little flippy chippies.
Timing, looking, Wow. Went to the one
That was
quarter hole?
He went out to the middle-ish and then cut it back, which he did a little bit of a cut on a shot earlier, but I'm still not convinced that that's what he's going for. He's completely out of position on that.
Barnett ties it up 1-1 in this fourth game. Barnett's up 2-1 in game count here. The gold singles knockout. I'm Adam Gilson. That's Clay Toomey.
What's happening?
2023 Washington State Foosball Championships. Barnett continues. Two-one.
And not to oversimplify what I would tell Niko if he asked for my advice, which he's not going to do. But I really do think this is as simple as when you have the ball in the back in particular, but also right here on the 5-bar, be as good as you're capable of being at foosball. Like stop just doing this one thing that's not working. There's more options than this. And he's not really showing much of them. I've seen him play. I know he's better than this. Jacob is just being aggressive in every position on every rod. I keep saying Jacob. It's clear as day on the screen right there, Jake. I don't know where I got that from. Oh, he's calling a jar. Oh, he's saying, I got you. Okay, well, look at that.
2-1 on the 5. Barnett.
What happened to that stopwatch you had out over there?
Oh, I have to press too many buttons to get it to work, which I feel like terrible saying that because of what you're doing over there. You grafted 4 more fingers onto your body to do that.
Yeah.
I'll say where as he puts that one. Dude.
This is my thing. thing.
No, but it's dumb. I have to press reset every time, and I don't need that in my
Use
life.
lap.
2-2. Got to be looking push side. Oh, walking it out. I don't know now. Setting up something. Calls. his first time out.
Yeah, I think he's calling timeout at 2-2 every time on his 3-bar. I don't think it matters what the situation is. If it's 2-2 on the 3, he's calling it. He's done that multiple times now.
Yeah. He's in circle mode here.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know what he's thinking. Oh, well. Figured it out now. 2-2. Barnett.
Yeah, that's about the point where I think I'd get a ref, because if you look, that recoil is pretty severe.
Yeah.
And it's better to do it before something happens instead of having to have a conversation about it when it's the reason the ball went in. Finally got a pass through. He's 7 for 22 with his 2-bar passing.
That's not good.
That's losing foosball. And I don't care if it's 2-2 in the 4th game. That is losing foosball.
Flippy straight, 3-2.
So I think that's the 3rd one he's hit this game, this match rather.
Just looking at this. Niko's had 52 passes.
Between his 5 and his 3?
That's incredible.
No, that's on his 5.
This is 5.
Oh, gosh.
He's
Is
shooting
that right?
48%. I mean, I think so.
Has to be right. I mean, they both had a lot of possessions.
No, I know what the difference is, though. When you look at the stats, it's been Jake's picked up some points in the breaks.
Yeah, I think he has 3.
Golly. Barnett finally hits that push that he's been looking for. 3-3. 4th game. Knockout round, gold singles. This is what's the language that we use? Top tier of the singles, the
Gold singles?
top qualifiers for
This
the
is-
gold singles. Singles.
This is the gold fingers.
4-3 now. Surina.
Looking like we're going to see 5 games here.
Think so.
I love a 5-game match.
Barnett. 1 timeout remaining. Might just shoot a straight.
I expect him to call timeout. That's why I get paid the big bucks.
Yep. Checks in the mail.
To be fair, I said I would expect it. I didn't say that it's going to happen. Another pass through there. Haven't seen a whole lot of those. Seen a
8.
couple in a row now. God, he does have 54 5-bar possessions.
Which is not out of line when you think about it, because Barnett's had 40.
Yeah.
But golly.
And if you get one blocked and it comes right back to you, those are 2 separate possessions. So like that right there, he got the pass blocked. That's an incomplete pass, and then it comes right back to him, so he gets another try. Watch this fake. He's going to throw a hitch. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
and the play there is when you do that, the flip straight is immediately there.
Surina looking to take it to the 5th game.
Jake is so jumpy right now.
Timeout.
Very smart. It's his first time out. And I would love for somebody to help him connect the dots. Not because I'm rooting for anybody. I just like to see folks use the information that they're getting. And when he throws that hitch, just a little fake, and Jake just about comes out of his shoes, that's information. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not yay or nay or any of that nonsense. I'm not saying that means that he. But it's information. Something you can exploit.
Good Davakala back there with Danilo Fattel.
Yeah.
Having a chat. Cam Burrows and some guy that
too lazy to get a ball that's literally – and he was proud of that too. That wasn't just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the ball 4 feet away, 4 inches away from my toe. I'm sorry, I'm a lazy piece of shit. I can edit that out in post.
That's good stuff. As we're waiting for the 5th game to get underway.
I'm not worth the toilet paper that wipes my ass.
Niko Surina, Jake Barnett, gold singles knockout round. There's other matches going on right now.
Not on table 1, there's not. Who's out there in Twitch land? We'll talk to you after the match. Game 5. And if Niko can put together anything from his 2-bar here, and it started working more in that last game, which I think is a large part of why he won it.
27 for 56.
Yeah, he's seeing something there, and he's strung together quite a few 2-bar passes now. Nice 2-bar pass there. And he started off this match with a really good percentage on that 2-bar pass, Jake did. And it is kind of fallen down. It's 52% right now. It's 11 of 21. He's still clearing it okay, but that's he can stand to move that up a little bit.
Barnett ticking and tacking.
That is a tricky defense. I'm sitting here looking at that like, what would I do? I'm looking for the middle. He's using a 3-man. He's switching them.
Oh, he's flipping him?
Yeah. And watch, he'll bring in that outside. Well, he didn't, so it was scored. But before that, he's using what they call the 3-man defense. Dude, I like the way he handles the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks smooth.
It does. It's very, very practiced.
Yeah.
I don't want to say practiced. I mean, practice is correct.
Well, that's what it is.
But it is. But there's still a little bit of
there's some style to
flair.
it.
Yeah.
Swagger. Oh, he baited the hell out of that.
Oh my God.
See what I mean? And that's information. You can exploit the hell out of that.
It's nice how some people's voices carry right into my cochlea.
Yeah, on paper, this shouldn't even be close. Here we are. 1-1 in the 5th game.
Barnett. I'm going to be seeing more of that. That was effective for him early on, getting up to his 3, and he does now. 1-1. 5th game. Barnett. Barnett is 10 for 26 shooting.
Nice grab there. A reach around there on the other player's 5-bar. Not sure what that was all about. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
He literally reached down and did something to the rod there on the other guy's rod.
What was that? That was supposed to be a chip.
Yeah, he's doing this little angle flippy. But if he gives a hard fake and just pulls it and goes straight, it's there, man.
Down the middle he goes, 2-2. This is one of the few matches I've seen this weekend that felt close.
Yeah.
But doesn't seem like it should be close.
It doesn't feel like it, man.
But.
And again, I fully believe that this is just a matter of Jake scoring from all the rods and with all the situations. He has there's 5 categories: 3-bar, 5-bar, 2-bar, break, and stuff. And again, there's that 2-2 timeout.
First timeout call by Jake Barnett. See if he takes a moment to go and clean the other tables. Nope. Just giving himself a good game and some calisthenics. And 4. Yeah.
But you can see there, he has 4 breaks, and every category has at least 1 score.
That's not a picket fence, though.
Nope. Picket fence is a game where you have 1 of each.
1 of each. It's like hitting for the cycle in baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Love that.
He tried to brush that up more than he actually did it.
3-2. Niko. Not dead bar set up. Try to go a little bit longer.
That feels tricky when you're doing all the movement, hovering, this, that, and the other. But as a defender, if the dude ain't on the ball, it's not really that scary. It feels like it should be because there's a lot of movement.
Right. It's like if a snake is doing that thing, like it's going to attack you, but it's actually just your garden hose. And then you know it's time to go to take a nap, Grandpa.
Exactly.
Similar.
No, exactly. Like he hasn't even tried a pass.
Wow. There's another 5-bar shot. Go up 3-2.
It's match point for him.
Oh, 4-2. Match point. My goodness. Jake Barnett on D. You're doing a lot better, though, Clay, being a little more composed, not jumping at everything that he's saying here in this game.
Well, I mean, Niko faked it so many times that, you know.
Oh, desensitized the area.
Yeah. And of all those opportunities, he just did not make Jake pay for those. For jumping the way that he was jumping. He just got him to jump and then didn't use it.
This is match point now for Jake Barnett in this 5th game in the gold singles knockout. And he puts it away in 5 games. Jake Barnett eliminates Niko Surina in the gold singles knockout rounds. The Washington State Foosball Championships.